Hey everyone, TSM suffered a brutal 0-2 loss this weekend and are now tied for second last place. I saw a lot of comments on Reddit criticizing them for a very passive play style. I want to take a look at their games this weekend to see if this is actually the case. Also, I'd appreciate it if you guys checked out my stream, it's in the description below. Alright, let's get to it. Let's start out by comparing the theoretical strengths in each team's draft. TSM and C9 share scaling top laners, but Cho'Gath has an easier time shoving the wave. TSM have an unfavorable jungle matchup as Kindred should always be able to fight Sejuani in a 1v1 scenario. TSM should have mid priority in the Zoe vs Lulu matchup, but TSM's bot lane seems to be a little bit counterpicked as Quinn's Vault can protect himself from Rakan engages, and Braum's shield is also good for blocking Xayah's feathers. Despite the bad 1v1 matchup for Sej, TSM should have early opportunities in the top side of the map as long as the three of them there are coordinated well. We see Grigg set up their first play on the top side here. Hauntzer and Grigg opt for a dive, which seems like a really good opportunity. Hauntzer stacked a huge wave to dive and has ulti over Mundo. Unfortunately, the dive itself is mechanically misplayed as they juggle aggro poorly despite all summoners being up. This investment was really bad for TSM, as they traded 1-for-1 but also lost Dragon since Kindred was in the bot side. This was honestly a good look for TSM, and was the appropriate play to make considering the weaker bot side. They were being proactive here, but misplayed mechanically. Kindred eventually paths topside for her mark. TSM know this and they make a decent attempt to move and catch her mispositioned in their jungle, but just had a bad read on the timings. A better timing and Kindred would have been punished here. Although they miss her, they are able to cement full topside river control and get the scuttle. One thing I would suggest is for Grigg to ward the Tribrush here with his active trinket from inside the Baron pit. This pushes their vision line deeper and at no risk. This would have also prevented Hauntzer's death that came from losing flash during the dive. TSM actively made that rotation to get topside river control, but did not execute fully and secure deep enough vision. I think that after Hauntzer's second death, TSM need to split the map in half. Sejuani again has no 1v1 pressure against Kindred. As a result, Grigg can really only look for counter ganks if Kindred is on that side of the map. Look at how Grigg almost dies just by barely entering the bot side river. This is a perfect opportunity to start splitting the map, as Herald and Dragon will be up at the same time. Unfortunately, TSM is deterred from moving topside aggressively, since they probably feel like they have no kill pressure on Mundo anymore. Although they secure topside river control again, it does not extend past the river. Mundo can still definitely dive from a 3-man dive, and there is still Herald to be taken even if Mundo can't be killed. Why do they secure so much topside vision and then swap to the bot side to force a fight? If you watch this closely, you'll see that TSM actually 100% lose due to C9's superior vision control in the bot side. Sneaky and Zeyzal get a great flank simply because they have vision of the dot brush. Thank God for TSM that Licorice's TP got cancelled, as it was in the perfect spot as well. At this point, C9 has already reached teamfighting and TSM have to fight into Braum, Lulu, plus 2 ADCs. It was really up to C9 to screw up hugely like this fight around Rift Herald, but beyond that, TSM's teamfight is inherently weaker and they have already been snowballed on from the early game. I would not say that TSM were too passive in this early game. They did force the dive top and consciously rotated to the top side for vision, albeit shitty vision. They also did force the first big fight bottom side, but it was a horrible fight. They were doing the wrong things or executing poorly rather than playing too passively. In their game against FlyQuest, TSM have a stronger mid-jungle in Syndra and Trundle against Zoe and Sejuani. They have a losing matchup topside and a neutral bot matchup. TSM should be able to roam from mid and control either side of the map as long as top does not fall too far behind. Unfortunately, Hauntzzer is losing hard and Santorin makes a great play here by sneaking into the top side despite losing the scuttle to Grigg. At this point, Grigg has taken 6 camps while Sej has taken 3, but Santorin paths well to get this dive off. This dive is executed extremely well. Meanwhile, Grig tries to execute a dive down mid, and they get a really good opening stun. Grig can flash, auto Q here, and Kian is dead for sure. If he really wants to save his flash, he can just walk up and auto plus Q, challenging Kian to flash in time. Unfortunately, he just Qs, which is not enough to kill Kian, and then flashes after him to feed a kill. We just had a perfectly executed tower dive happen top from FlyQuest, and then a very poorly executed tower dive happen mid from TSM, both of which were good opportunities. Again, not a lack of forcing, a lack of proper execution. TSM are again put into the same back foot position they were in the previous game. It is very easy to track a jungler's movements when you have one side of the map winning hard. Grig comes bot and can't do anything, then eventually paths top and can't do anything. At the very least, we see Grig playing somewhat toward the bot side, and they're able to get some control as well as trading the Herald for the Drake, something I wanted to see him do last game against C9. Now here's where I will fully agree that they are not trying to do anything, and I think that they should be trying to do so. Watch as Grig walks from the low bot turret to the low mid turret until they both die, then walk to take the Krugs and take no topside control either. Then they dabble in the dragon a little bit and back off to give another free objective to FlyQuest. TSM need to either set up and force a fight on one of these objectives or split the map. Last game against C9, they chose the wrong action, but this game, they are doing neither and just lost 3 objectives and did absolutely nothing in return. By the time they reach teamfights, they're already at a vision, dragon, and gold disadvantage. Although they do make some good movements to get picks when they reach the grouping stage, their early mid-game problems are clear. Although passivity is a factor proven by this FlyQuest game, TSM are honestly for the most part making bad decisions or executing extremely poorly. It seems that TSM don't develop a plan after a failed play, and it seems to me that Grig is getting pulled around by his team. TSM need to put some life into the team and show the bloodthirsty side of their gameplay. I play a bunch of Ezreal, and I think I've seen enough of him.
Slicing Maelstrom slices TSM down, and FlyQuest push through the base for the win.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching my video on TSM's passivity from last weekend's games. If you like this content, please subscribe to my channel or leave a comment about what you think TSM's problems are. Also appreciate it if you checked out my stream, it's in the description below. Yeah, thanks for watching and see you guys next time.